What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Unplugged and Uncut, the new source for sports news and entertainment. And you are live with your boy Unique. Today, we're going to get into the San Antonio Spurs and the Atlanta Hawks, possibly discussing a Dejounte Murray trade. What? No way. Yes, sir. We're going to get into that and a lot more. But before we get started, make sure you guys take the time to hit the subscribe button. I am giving away a PlayStation 5 Disc Edition with the game of your choice, and all you have to do to be entered to win is be an active subscriber and leave comments in the comment section. But without further ado, let's get into this unsettling news if you're a Spurs fan. So, it was reported late this evening that the Spurs have been listening to offers for Dejounte Murray, and the most significant overtures have come from the Atlanta Hawks. This according to Jake Fisher of the Bleacher Report. Now, sources tell Fisher that San Antonio and Atlanta have been discussing a deal since the trade deadline that would send Murray to the Hawks in exchange for a package centered around John Collins. Fisher adds that the Spurs want a Drew Holiday-like return for the All-Star guard, so Atlanta would have to include a few more assets. The Hawks have been seeking a strong ball handler and defender to be on the team and pair up with Trae Young in their backcourt, and Murray qualifies on both counts. Murray, who finished second in most improved player voting, finished the season averaging 21.1 points, 8.3 rebounds, 9.2 assists, and led the league in steals at 2 per game. Fisher speculates that Murray's contract status is likely behind the Spurs' willingness to consider a trade. His 4-year, $64 million deal will expire in 2024, and he's expected to be in line for a max contract. San Antonio could still be rebuilding by then and may not want to make such a large investment in Murray. That's what Fisher is speculating. He then points out that the Knicks and Wizards both need point guards, so there may be plenty of options for the Spurs to consider. Ooh-wee. That's a whole lot to take in, y'all. So I'm going to breathe in, take a break, and breathe out, take a break. All right, so hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I do not like this news as a Spur fan. Not sure what's going on when you basically just gave away Derek White for a draft pick and Jay Rich, and Jay Rich is just a loner, being on an expiring contract. I mean, you put so much time and investment into helping these players develop. If Brian Wright isn't careful, and I like the moves he has made, but if he isn't careful, the Spurs' reputation as being a loyal team to their players could start to change a little bit. The Spurs don't want to be OKC. And I'm not trying to take a knock or a shot at OKC. What I mean is they don't want to be a player developmental team. This team is looking to compete. They're not looking to be a team that's looking to strike big in the lottery. And not trying to compete at all anytime soon. OKC is on one end of the spectrum where they're building up draft assets, trying to build their team through the draft, and just seem content to take shot after shot until they get the next Kevin Durant. The Spurs, on the other hand, have been a team that has tried to win, even while rebuilding. So, Brian Wright, be very careful with the moves you make involving tenured players like Dejounte Murray and Derek White that the Spurs drafted. It's a lot of stock and a lot of development and a lot of time that goes into developing them players. And not only that, the reputation of the team starts to change. Tim Duncan walked out that door, and then the last real guard in the best season the Spurs have had is when Ginobili last played, and he walked out that door. So be very careful what you're doing, Brian Wright. We believe in you. You made some good moves, but there have been some questionable ones in there as well. And trading Dejounte Murray would be beyond questionable. Even if you look at the Atlanta Hawks roster, to try to make the deal fair for both teams, the Spurs are going to have to include another player because John Collins makes $23 million. So if the Spurs were to do Dejounte Murray and Doug McBuckets for Collins, Hunter, and Jalen Johnson, the deal works out, but the players really don't fit the Spurs' need. John Collins does, but the Spurs have Keldon Johnson, a 21-year-old player that just averaged 17 points and 5 rebounds on the come up. That's gold medal Keldon, for y'all that don't know. So Hunter and Johnson are a little repetitive there. I mean, it's always good to have wing depth, but not at the cost of Dejounte Murray, and not for John Collins in a 16th pick. Now, if you're talking multiple first-round picks, where the Spurs are getting 3 or 4 first-round picks and controlling Atlanta's future, that's a little bit different. You're getting a monster package. But still, is that package worth the loyalty and what you're losing with Dejounte Murray, that leadership and that loyalty? Not just loyalty to the player, but loyalty to your fan base for growing and watching that player strive through adversity. To give up on that player now is to tell your fan base, my bad, and get ready for the next big thing. So you got to be real careful here. I did not like this news. I don't like any trade proposal for Dejounte Murray. I mean, if you're not going to pay Dejounte Murray a max deal and that's what you're worried about, who are you going to give the max to? Let's just be real. If you're not willing to give your homegrown all-star a max deal, who are you willing to give that max deal to? So let's not let something as simple as trading Dejounte Murray. Man, I don't even know what to say. I can't finish that, guys. I just don't like that thought. I don't like this rumor at all. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say in the comments. This could just be a lot of smoke, but I do expect fireworks tomorrow. And it's actually today because it's midnight now. So I do expect fireworks, guys, today around the draft. However, I don't expect Dejounte Murray to be moving. And I feel like that would be a mistake on the part of the Spurs organization to trade Dejounte Murray. Not something I would entertain. And that could be why we saw the 15 to 20 eyeball emojis coming from Dejounte Murray on Twitter. Like, whoa, did I see that right? So we never know. But we could definitely hope that that is not true. Once again, I'm going to go grab my popcorn, guys, and see what you all think about this. Rumor is ridiculous like I feel, or do you think there could be some legs to this? I'm sure the Hawk fans were going to chime in and be like, hey, this is a good deal for you guys to sell high on Murray's value. But who said we were looking to sell? Who said the Spurs want to sell? No, don't do it. But I can't wait to read what everybody has to say. Man, it's about to get interesting. Y'all have a blessed day, but your boy is out. Peace.